Hello and welcome back to Sprite Guard Plays HyperRogue. We are looking for some orbs. We have a whole bunch of orbs we have not seen. Let's take a look at the world overview. We are going to be looking out for the Orb of Empathy, the Orb of Undeath, and it looks like we still need to get a few more treasures to get the Orb of Freedom and the Orb of Stunning. Or no, the Orb of Luck and the Orb of Freedom. We've seen the Orb of Stunning. So let us head back into the game and see if we can find any of that. So we have a few charges of Storm left, a few charges of Safety left, and we're going to be picking up dead orbs. So our options now are to head back for the mutant fruit and the mutant saplings, or to just kind of wander around until we see the ones that we have not seen yet. And my thought is that it is probably better to stick to the crossroads for a while, because I know that we're on kind of one of the best runs I've ever had. Oh my goodness, even when an air elemental... That's interesting that the air elemental's wind has stayed for a turn. I did not expect that. It kind of makes sense based on how physics works in this game. I've pretty well determined, I feel like I have fairly well worked out that basically everything happens in a certain amount of time, and you can make decisions based on where you are, but physics continues to apply to you, and so you have to just think of it as like it's a moment in time, and then you go to the next moment, and then you go to the next moment. So a lot of jumping physics in this game make a lot more sense once you kind of think of it that way, and kind of think of it as shifting your weight in the air, like jumping over the table in Camelot. Usually works that way. Let's see, we have an Orb of Friendship, and another Orb of Safety, and I am not paying enough attention. Time to kind of check myself to make sure that I am paying full attention, because I have died in the crossroads recently even. So the overall orb spawn rate in the crossroads is kind of not as high as I feel like I'm expecting it to be, and I don't think anything has changed. I think that I want it to be higher than it is, because I really want to find the Orb of Empathy and the we had two unlocked, right? Orb of Empathy and Orb of Undeath. I was about to hit O, and then I figured I could work it out. So let's see. I don't even know what we're looking for, what shape we're looking for, what color. And, oh, what's this? This looks unfamiliar. Orb of Empathy. Okay, let's check this out. This orb lets your allies share your orb powers. The following orbs are affected: Orb of Winter, Orb of Speed, Orb of Shielding, Orb of Earth, Orb of Thorns, Orb of Ether, Orb of Invisibility, Orb of Fire, Orb of Undeath. Okay. So that's not very useful to us right now, but it could become useful if we see another Orb of Friendship somewhere. And I kind of feel like I want to maybe take a little bit of time and effort into, watch out for that eagle, into seeing if we can track down an ally. And I don't know if mirages are affected by this. What on earth? Okay, so when I hit G, it says you drop the dead orb, and then as soon as I step off of the space that I'm on, it says another dead orb. And apparently it was only happening on that space. So I wonder if I was doing something that I'm not even realizing, if I was pushing some other button that I was not even aware of, or something like that. I don't know. This game has, in the past, kind of been sensitive to inputs that I didn't even know I was making, especially when I had my controller plugged in, but I do not have my controller plugged in right now. I'm wondering if it's worthwhile to try and unlock Camelot. We haven't done a Camelot quest in a very long time, but there's a very good reason that we haven't done that, and I still don't feel entirely confident in my ability to make an entertaining Camelot video. That's something that I am still trying to figure out. So we have, at the very least, seen the Orb of Empathy, even if we have not been able to put it to good use yet. Let's see. This is the Orb of Undeath. Let's check it out. Monsters slain by you in melee are turned into friendly ghosts. Does not affect plants and friends. Okay. So we can turn that guy into a friendly ghost. And they can go through walls. I assume that they can... Oh, they don't stay with us, I guess. That makes sense. But let's see. Yes, they will attack for us as they're flying away. And we can kind of chase them down, but also they can go through walls. So it's kind of limited. So now that we have seen the orbs, I think we want to keep an eye out for a forest, or rather an overgrown woods. And see if we can get the last of those mutant saplings. And I'm just going to check the time to see if that's going to be right now or in the future. And we are only a little ways into this. So let us head... I think probably the thing to do is start dropping through orbs of safety. And eventually one of them will drop us near an overgrown woods. And then we'll wrap it up, because I do want to keep these episodes, in general, on the shorter side. But I don't want it to be so short that we kind of feel like we have ended before we've even started. It's the kind of thing that I'm always kind of thinking about ways of trying to improve the way that I do videos, because I am the sort of person who I'm never satisfied with what I've already done. I'm always kind of looking for the next thing that's wrong. I'm always looking for the next problem. So here we should be able to cut into the core. There we go, there's a mutant sapling for us. So I think we can pick up these last 4 mutant saplings relatively easily. And we can wait for this troll here. Will give us a little bit of protection. Wait for that one to fire, and then cut in and grab that. 2 more. And we actually have a clearing here. So I'm wondering if we can find our way back to that. Probably not. I think that's probably more effort than it is worth, especially since I want to save and quit before I get too deeply into anything. Yes, so just checking to make sure that everything is in order. There we go, there is 9. I think this one will be our 10th. There we go. Cut into the center. Yes, there we go. New achievement, Forest Troll. Collect 10 mutant saplings. So we are now going to be on the lookout for an orb of safety, and I just realized we're in a pretty bad position, so I am going to scoot over this way. We have a couple of mutant ivies that are not contained, and are going to start coming after us. And having 2 of them after you is quite a bit worse than having just 1 of them after you. And then we have a troll coming up here. Let's see which of them... Okay, so the mutant ivy is going to actually beat the troll there. Either way, one of them will cut the other off. We have the opportunity to exit into a jungle, which I remember Zeno on the forum saying that every land with an advanced... Every basic land has an advanced version. And every advanced land is more likely to be adjacent to its basic version than to other lands. But it's a small chance. It's like a difference in distribution rather than something that is really certain. So we have another clearing here, but we don't have the orb of safety that we need because we really want to wrap this up. And we have another one of these coming after us. We can cut that like that. And that will not grow again for 16 turns. So that gives us plenty of time to run away and look someplace else. So as I'm kind of going through here, I'm kind of thinking, I've been, as I mentioned, putting a lot of thought into kind of how can I make the videos better? What are the videos missing? I'm always talking about personal flair and kind of the thing that I'm bringing to these Let's Plays that nobody else is bringing. And for these HyperRogue videos, that has been kind of easy because nobody else is making these, which is it disappoints me because this is such a wonderful game and I think more people should play it. So there's our orb of safety. But I don't want to, I'm thinking all the time about how to make my other videos on my live stuff better. I want to think about how to make this stuff better too, and so I hope that I can put that effort in. And I mean, one of the things that I set out as a goal for this series was to have a long-running series, and I've succeeded at that. And so now I have met most of my goals, and I'm kind of trying to figure out the future. But I know that I love this game, and I just want to keep playing it. And part of me kind of wants to say that if I'm enjoying the game still, I don't need to add anything else beyond just loving the game and seeing what new gets added and doing challenges. But that's kind of just how I am. I'm always thinking about, how can I change this? How can I make it better? What more can I add? What's missing? And I really value feedback. I would love to hear if you think that there's something. I know that in my other videos I talk a lot about the process of learning and of learning how to learn. And that's something that I kind of want to bring to more of the stuff that I do, but I'm not really sure how to do it in this game because it's such a different game from the games that I know very well how to learn. And so maybe that's something worth exploring. Maybe that's something that we can explore. So there's a lot of options ahead of us. I would love to hear your thoughts on the topic. I will hopefully see you in the next video, but most of all, thank you very much for watching and have a great rest of your day.